Hey guys, hello Taurus. Welcome to February. Welcome to nearing the end of winter. And welcome to my space. My lips are dry. Sorry. Um, let's go ahead and jump in it, you guys. This particular reading, we are talking about your life purpose. For those of you who are questioning why you're here, you know, some of you guys may have come to the conclusion that I'm just not meant for this, I'm not meant for that. Maybe I'm just meant for this and I'm only meant for that. It's pretty much what you choose to be meant for, right? I believe that our existence is by choice. I know that a lot of people say that, I didn't choose to be here, blah, blah, blah. Well, on a spiritual level, on a deeper level, we did choose to come down here. For those of you guys who believe in reincarnation, we've chose each and every one of our reincarnation, or at least most of our reincarnations. Some of us, we were thrown into a reincarnation to really learn a serious lesson. And by the time we passed that test or passed that trial or whatever, we moved on to bigger and better things. And there's always some multiple lessons to learn. But I am going to pull oracle messages, and the first oracle message, Taurus, and this is for sun, moon, and rising signs. Okay, take what resonate, leave what does not. I do mostly intend, most of my readings intend to resonate with the rising and the moon signs. But if you are a Taurus sun sign, you are more than welcome here. If this resonates, great. I love it. But again, take what resonate, leave what does not. And we're going to go ahead and jump in Taurus, and talk about the first card is going to be the umbrella, the grand scale or the bigger scope of your purpose. And then the other cards that I pull will be I don't want to call them little, but the other aspects of your purpose. Okay. Um, moving forward in your life. Okay. So this is a timeless reading. I don't think I will be repeating this reading unless I'm asked to. But I will create a separate playlist for these life purpose readings. So that way, if you want to come back to these readings, even if it's a few years in the future, and you just need a refresher to understand why you're down here, if you're having a hard time, please come back to this video at any given time. That way the message doesn't change. I intend for these messages to really ring true to whoever needs to hear them. Okay, so let's jump into it, Taurus. All right, Taurus, sun, moon, and rising signs, ancestors of light, messengers of light. What messages do you have for Taurus and their purpose here on this planet, in this life? What are they meant to do down here? What are their lessons? And remember, Taurus, as far as a purpose, it's more complex and it's not as straightforward as people make it out to be. But to me, our purpose, just as a whole, as living beings, is to liberate ourselves from what traps us, what keeps us in a constant loop of existence, right? I do believe in liberation as a soul. I don't believe that there is constantly just, a constant pattern or a constant reincarnation, that we're just supposed to stay in. Um, I believe in being free as a soul. And I believe that there does come a point in time where our souls find a way out and to live peacefully and live in freedom. It just takes time. Okay, it takes a lot of time and space to get to that point. Okay, so that's why some of us, we've lived many, 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 many lifetimes before we learned who we truly are as souls. Okay, you don't have to believe that, to a T at all. This is just for those of you who do believe in that type of thing. Okay, but for those of you who don't, I'm just here to, if you find any type of guidance from me, from this message, as far as, whatever you're going through, or a certain pattern in your life that's just constantly looping and replaying itself in your life, and you feel like you have no control over it, I'm here to help you through that. Okay, as best I can. Okay, take what resonates, leave what does not. I keep repeating that, but I just want to make sure you guys understand that. Okay. Um, first card out. Let's see, Taurus. Okay, you have the giraffe, visionary. All right, Taurus. So I'm just getting the sense that in this particular purpose, this umbrella of your purpose or the lessons that you are learning or that you are being guided to understand about yourself is that no matter what you have or don't have, there is a vision that you need to have for your life. Once you have that vision, there is nothing that can stop you from creating that vision and bringing it to life. Okay? There's nothing that can stop you. Vision boards, affirmations, having a grand list of things that you want to accomplish and staying focused on that vision and those future accomplishments, keeping your focus on that without allowing distractions to deter you or sabotage that vision will keep you on the straight and narrow when it comes to your abundance and manifesting or creating what you want at any given time in your life. So, in this particular life, it's really important, Taurus, for you to have vision boards, okay? Um, whether you agree with me or not, that's totally fine. You know, some things don't really resonate until they're a certain point in time where you're like, huh, I didn't really think that this was going to help me, you know, and I've done that too. Okay. So, um, I've been there before where it's like, that's kind of stupid. I'm not going to do that. That's not going to help me until I came to a point where I didn't really have other options. I exhausted my resources and my options, and that was the option that I had. And when I took advantage of that and I followed through with that thing that I thought was stupid or not fruitful, I realized like this is actually a good thing, right? So even if your mind is kind of like, oh, I don't want to, vision boards are dumb or whatever, or that's for that person, it's not for me, totally fine. But I'm just saying, there, for those of you who do resonate with that, having a vision board or just having a mental vision board, okay, is pretty important for you in this particular life, okay, in this particular um, lifetime, staying focused on that, because some of you guys may focus too much on what you have and the way things look, um, without really digging a little bit deeper into why you have that perspective. Okay, so if you look around you, if you look at your job and you're just like, this job is a shabby job, and why do you think that? Is it not making you happy, or are you just kind of looking at other people and looking at what they have, because you may not realize that there may be people looking at you, Taurus, and they're just like, wow, I wish I had what Taurus had, right? Taurus must be so happy, must be nice to have what Taurus has. And you may not realize that you actually have a lot of blessings that people wish they had. You may look at your body, you may look at your hair, your skin, your body type, I don't know. You may not really like to hearing the sound of your voice, I don't know. There's something like physical about yourself or about your life where you're just like, I don't really feel like that is attractive, or I don't feel like that's a beautiful thing. But other people may, when they're around you, they're like, no, I think you're beautiful, or I think you're cool, or I think you have such a good aesthetic, or whatever. Like, there may be people who actually appreciate what you have more than you do. Okay, which is kind of hilarious, but I feel like there's a lot of people out there who have this issue with themselves. Some of you, Taurus, you have conditions. You have a lot of conditions, and you kind of tread carefully. You're just constantly like, judging certain situations because you have certain conditions that, it's like, yeah, I'll do this, but under this condition, or, whatever, or I'll see myself as beautiful, as long as I wear this or wear that. You know what I mean? There may be a sense of love that's very conditional for you, and it's not because it doesn't, not necessarily because you know you're toxic in any way or narcissistic or anything like that. It's just that maybe there's just a part of yourself on a grand scale that you just don't accept. And so therefore there are certain things in other people that you don't accept. So there may be some things that you're paying too close attention to, and you need to pull yourself back and look at the grand scale of it, get a bird's eye view and realize, like, wow, like this is beautiful. Why am I looking at the small details right now? I need to pull myself back. Sometimes it's like working on a piece of art, right? When you're constantly, drawing or painting or working on uh, a project, you know, um, you may have to kind of pull yourself back, right? And look at it from afar, and there you'll start to realize, like, okay, this is actually turning out better than what I thought. So if there's some things in your life that you in the past or even currently that you're dealing with, where you have a vision of your life, where some of you guys may have a vision of, this is not going to work out, or my life is never going to get better, or this aspect of my life is never going to get better, so I might as well just settle. No. Shift your focus, change your perspective, broaden your horizons, right? Now, some of you may have like you may be focused on a certain detail that you think is great. This is a great detail. But then when you pull yourself back and look at the bigger picture, you realize that it's a little bit lopsided, or, you just haven't really been paying attention to the right details. And so now the portrait, or the grand scale of things, is kind of looking a little bit mucky, a little bit dodgy. Um, so again, it really does depend on your perspective and your vision, right? Some of you guys, you have reincarnated hundreds of times. You are very ancient in your soul. Nature is where you will find so much information about yourself and about, you know, other people in the world around you. So make sure you take time out, Taurus, to go out in nature, go camping, or go on a walk, go on a hike, go sit at a park, where there's not a lot of people. Go sit outside in your garden if you have one. Just sit next to a tree, take your shoes off and walk on grass, walk on the ground, and feel the earth, right? Root yourself. Because if you're looking outside of yourself, that means that you're neglecting what's inside of you. You're neglecting yourself. So if your focus is not on yourself, then your focus is on other people. And if you're focusing on other people, you're definitely not focusing on yourself. There's no in between. So if there are things that need to be cleaned up inside of you, focus on that and clean it up, right? If your vision needs to be, cleaned up because it's a little blurry, right? Fix it. So if you're focused on other people, so there are those of you Taurus, you may be very hard on people in life, or you have certain judgments, and remember that those judgments come from within. So there's something that you're judging about yourself, especially when it comes to how things look. So you may judge people based on how they look. You may be, because you're probably judging yourself on how you look, right? You may stop judging people so harshly when you stop judging yourself so harshly. Okay, I'm not trying to, make you out to be like a selfish person or a mean person, or you know um, having you know materialistic mindset. But if that is something that you are dealing with within yourself, come to terms with it. Material things are not bad. Focusing on material things is not bad at all. Okay. um, but that being your primary focus, and then comparing yourself to how things look and comparing other people to how they look, or whatever is going on. Okay, comparing how your life looks, how your home looks, your job, whatever. If you're constantly comparing, if you're constantly hard on somebody, look within yourself and realize, like, okay, was I being too harsh? Was I being too hard? Was I being too judgmental? And why? you know so just bear that in mind. You need to wake up to who you are inside, and you need to protect that. Okay, those in your life who actually have a vision just like you, and they're wanting to experience big things in life, or they want to experience the happiest parts of their life. Those are the people that you want to keep around you, Taurus. Okay, keep those people around you. Some of you may need to open yourselves up to experience rare occasions, or experiencing things in your life that you normally would never open yourself up to. Like this card says, rise above earthly matters. Giraffes, they are very tall beings, very tall creatures, right? They're just by their necks. Their necks alone are very, very, they're very tall creatures. And but at the same time, they're very docile creatures. They're very gentle creatures, right? And you may actually have that personality, Taurus, where you're very docile, or you're very kind, you're very gentle for the most part. Might be stubborn, but at the same time, you may be gentle creatures, right? Gentle people, gentle individuals, as best you can be. But if you see a giraffe, they don't look like they're toppling over. Their necks are, they move with grace, right? They move. They're such beautiful creatures. I've never seen a giraffe in person, I don't think, but maybe when I was a kid at a zoo. But I've never seen a giraffe in its natural habitat. But from what I've seen of them, they are very graceful in how they move, right? And it's because they understand their bodies, right? It's been bred, throughout generations. To they've been built the way they've been built. Giraffes don't compare themselves to other creatures, like, oh, like, you're so small, how come your neck is not long, how come my neck is so long, why am I so tall, why do I look weird? Like, giraffes, these animals don't compare themselves to anybody. Look at nature. This is why I said spend time in nature. Nature does not compare itself to anyone. Nature demands respect. Nature is a force to be reckoned with, and so are you. Don't compare yourself to, and don't compare other people. Like, don't compare anything. Just take everything as it is, and just exist in your best form, Taurus. Does that make sense? It doesn't matter your religion, it doesn't matter your political views, it doesn't matter your perspective on love, whatever. Exist as you are, but grow within that existence, and allow others to exist as they are. And if they're willing to experience life with you, they have to grow. They have to also help you grow and contribute to that happiness and growth, right? I hope I'm making sense as far as this purpose in life. Yeah. This is nice, you guys. So card number 42, this is number 42. Wanted to show itself. 4 and 2 is 6. So maybe the number 6 might be an important number for you that you can carry with you. Okay. As far as, bringing luck and abundance into your life, and lessons that need to be learned, and great and grand opportunities, or opportunities in general for the positive, on the positive front. The card number 6, or the number 46, or number 42 may be very significant. Also, card number 53 came out, listening. Okay. I can't remember who else got an elephant in their reading. I think it was Pisces. No, it was Aries. So you and Aries might want to look into elephants. Um, you guys also might want to look into the deity Ganesha or any divine being that's attached to the elephant. Also, there's a divine entity that may be attached to Africa for some of you guys. Maybe there's an African divine entity in Africa, um, or your ancestry, and also to the stag. Okay, um, whatever entity is attached, entity of light. Okay, any entity of light or divine being, of benevolent being of light, connected to the stag, the elephant, or the continent of Africa might be of significance for you guys in this lifetime. Okay, maybe your past life was in Africa. Okay, um, this could be a spirit animal or something like that. But you have wide open. Like I was saying, you need to burst yourself open. Your heart chakra needs to open up, Taurus. So if you're kind of stubborn, which is, it's not, it's understandable. Human beings, we are very stubborn. But if you've kind of closed yourself off to new opportunities, and you've kind of just, become comfortable in your life, and you're just like, I don't need to change this, okay? For whatever reason, maybe there's just some of you guys, you have a perspective of like, I really don't need to change this, or this is never going to change, whatever perspective you have, okay? Understand that that's okay to be comfortable and content in your life, but there comes a point where it's time to level up, break yourself open, okay? Open your heart to new opportunities and love, either new love or a level up in love in your relationship with other people and with yourself. And then find comfort and contentment in that level, right? So it's okay to be at a certain level and just be like, I don't need to, I'm okay. I'm okay with where I am, or this is just where I'm always going to be. Sometimes not sometimes, but there comes a point where you need to get the work done and start preparing yourself to climb that mountain or climb that ladder or climb those stairs to the next level. Okay. And in that level, there may be a certain energy or frequency that is needed to reside in that level, right? You need to do the work to get to that level and find a different sense of comfort and contentment. Okay. So you can find contentment at any given point in your life. Okay. Like I said, when it comes to purpose and when it comes to life, I believe in liberation. So this is what I'm trying to share with you is liberation. How do you liberate yourself from the lower vibrational energies and unlearning certain things about life and about your existence? How can you really truly be happy? These are the guidelines that I'm giving you right now. Okay. So you need to break yourself open. Some of you guys, you need to lift your head up in the sky and just, look up to the clouds, look at the stars. Maybe that is a form of opening yourself up, opening your chest, and going outside and just like feeling the wind or feeling the sun or just basking in the moonlight. Wherever you are, just lift your head up and just look up. I guarantee that when you look at nature and you look at the sky, you realize that the problems and the details that you're focused on really mean nothing when it comes to the grand scale of things. Okay. Listen to your soul. Listen to the music of your soul. Listen to the music of nature. Okay. You may need to isolate yourself, right? To really listen to what your soul is saying, Taurus. To really understand your vision as a soul. Your soul is what I'm seeing here. Your soul is telling you, look at the grand scale of things. Look at what you have. The things that you don't have is either because you're not supposed to have it right now or you're blocking yourself from receiving it. Listen to your soul. Your soul's never going to steer you wrong. Okay? There are other people just like you, Taurus, who have the same problems but also have the same vision. There are people just like you who want the same thing. You will find those people or they will find you eventually, right? It's time to free yourself. It's time to burst your heart open. Even if it makes you cry, it's like sometimes you may find, if you open yourself to these new opportunities, Taurus, you may find happiness that makes you cry and be like, wow, like how did I get here? What did I do to deserve this? Right? Like, do I deserve this happiness? Like it might scare you a little bit, but there's nothing to be afraid of, you know? Happiness is our birthright, right? Okay, let's pull two more messages for you guys. You received the Moon and Water Guardian. Those two cards wanted to fly out, but let's see. Yeah, okay, so you have the Heart Guardian, love and let yourself be loved, Taurus. Listen, listen. And you also have the Water Guardian and the Moon. So, like I said, there may be some type of guardian of water and of love attached to your past life that is still here with you. It may be attached to Africa. It could also be attached to American or indigenous spirituality, or even European spirituality, ancient European spirituality. Okay, but I'm just getting the sense. Look, Taurus, like I said, heart guardian, break your heart open. Like I was saying, break your heart chakra open. Let the tears flow. If there's something that's really like you're just so tired of it, or there's something that you haven't cried about it and you just haven't really been honest with yourself about it, this might be a good time to do so. Okay. Your moon sign may need some healing. Okay. Animal guardian at the bottom of the deck. So, yes, trust your instincts. Listen to your instincts, you guys. Don't listen to the noise outside of you. Go inside of yourself. Like I said, there are certain animals around you that you can learn from. Learn from these animals around you. If you can think about your favorite animal, think about what that animal is and why. Do you see attributes in yourself when you look at that animal, or are those attributes that you wish that you had? I don't believe in just wishing for the rest of our lives. I believe in making those wishes come true, and sometimes those wishes don't happen right off the bat. It takes time. Sometimes it takes years for something to manifest. It takes years for someone to create the life that they want, right? With the moon card here, the moon, look up at the moon. Understand the moon cycles, okay? And receive messages from within yourself of how you're supposed to navigate this life path. One more card, you guys. One more card for Taurus for their life purpose. Yeah, honesty. You need to be honest, Taurus. You need to be honest with yourself. What do you want? If you're being too judgmental on yourself, why? Where did it start? If you're being too judgmental of others and everything around you, be honest about why. What's going on inside of yourself? How do you truly feel about your life? How do you truly feel about the people around you? How do you truly feel about how you've been treated? And have compassion on yourself. And if this is a situation or a life lesson where you need to learn compassion for other living beings, that's what you need to focus on. Compassion, vision, heart chakra opening and healing, and freedom. And being honest about what you really want, and being honest about how you feel about what's going on around you. Being emotionally vulnerable is so important. Okay, Taurus? Much love and light to all of you. I wish you guys the very best of luck on this journey. Stay safe, stay healthy. I hope to see you guys in your next reading. Bye.